It's Jez here from nigezza.co.uk. Thank you for joining me today. So I am going to bring you a little treat holder. So I made this for a team blog hop, the Pootler blog hop. And yeah, so I'm going to show you how I did it. So it's a little treat holder. I love my little flowers that I've done. I did use my scan and cut for those because they're tiny. They're from this stamp set, Flowers of Friendship. And they're these flowers here. And I thought they would look lovely, just dotted around. And so I cut them twice. So the first time I cut them with a border. And you can see, well, if I get one that's actually the same colour as this project, as opposed to the one I'm about to make, you can see the difference. And I just thought I preferred them without the border, so I cut them again with the border. So they're really tiny. I like them. You can fussy cut. I did try it. So if you haven't got a machine that cuts out, then you can fussy cut, or you could do something else. There are dies that we sell that cut out little flowers, so you could use those instead. I've used that sentiment there. And I've used the new Family Stack DSP on it in the in colour. So I've used this sheet here. It's stripy on the other side. So you get two designs. So you get a design that's got spots on one side and a lovely check on the other. And you get the design that I've used there, which is stripes on one side and that floral on the other. And you get 40 sheets in the pack. There's 5 in colours. So working out those maths, you get 4 sheets of each design. Is that right? 5 4s, 5 8s. That makes it, yeah, that's right. I always get confused because I've only got half a pack, because I always share with my friend Jill from Paper Daisy Crafting. So, and then we've got this lovely metallic ribbon, and I'll bring them all in. We've got one in each of the in colours there. So obviously this is Tahitian Tide. I'm going to do Starry Sky today. So I'll get that one out ready. We also, in the in colours, have a pack of twine. I could have used twine, but I didn't. We have these sort of ombre dots. There's also flowers. I don't have the flowers though. So yeah. And what I've got in here, if we just undo my little bow, which I actually knotted there, so that's not going to be that easy to undo, especially when I can't see it. So bit of a rookie mistake there, knotting it. I knotted it to hold it in place. There we go, it does come out. There we are. So pull out the ribbon, and inside is a little biscuit, Belgium's finest recipe apparently. So just thought, nice little treat, really good for, if you're like me and you're Stampin' Up demonstrator, do like to send little thank you gifts to customers. So I'm not going to put that together right now. Or swaps. I'm due to go to a Stampin' Up team event, so great for swaps as well. I'm not going to make these for swaps because I've got to make 40 of them, and I'm not sticking all them flowers. Much as I love my teammates, I don't love you that much. So let's stop the waffling and let's see what we need. So we need some DSP. So what did I say? I'm going to do Starry Sky. That was the colour, the other colour that I've cut out. I'm going to stick with the floral because that goes with the little flowers. So we need 4.5 by 4 to make our little doodah. So I'm going to cut the 4 first, so I've got a nice 2-inch strip left over, because that can go on a card. And then I'm going to do my 4.5. There we go. And you can use a scoreboard, but as I've got my trimmer here, I'm just going to use this for scoring. So this is the long side, and on the long side we're going to score at 1/4, so I can go across there to 1/4 and score. And I'm going to swizzle it around. I've just did it that side because it's easier than doing 1/4 that side. And then we're going to go to 2 1/8. So 2 1/8 there, and score. Oh, no. Ignore that one. Do as I do and not as I say. Well, actually, I did and said then. We're going to scrub that one out. So on the long side, it's just 2 1/4. On the short side, that way, we score at 1/4. I'm going to twizzle it round so the 1/4 score line's now that side, and 2 1/8. Gordon Bennett. Oh, and I cut it. So, that's not happening. Another sheet. I'm going to get my scoreboard because that was an utter disaster. And I don't think I've got another sheet of Starry Sky with the floral. I think I've used it. No, I have got it. I have got it. Oh, do you know? Just goes to show that I'm human and I can make mistakes. I haven't filmed for ages, so that's partly it. So let's cut this now to 4 inches. And 4 1/4. 4.5. Do you know, do you ever have those days when you think, I'm just going to go back to bed? And I'm going to put this away so I don't make that mistake on that one. And then get my scoreboard out. There we go. On the long side here, we're going to score at 1/4. We're going to twizzle to the short side and we're going to score at 1/4 and 2 1/8. There we go. Now, if I'd cut ready and not decided to do all that on camera, might not have made those mistakes. So now we're going to fold that in half and you'll see that that is half of that distance. That's our lip that's going to go to be folded. It is 1/4 inch, I find quite hard, but you could make it 1/2 inch, but I just thought I'm going to use less DSP. I wanted a 2-inch strip because a 2-inch strip is nice to have for a card. So now what we're going to do is we're going to cut that. You've got like a little square there. We're going to cut that away. I'm going to notch up there and notch down there to cut that little square away. I'm going to notch at the top there because that makes it look pretty. And then we need to cut the whole of this section off. We're going to notch in first and then we're going to cut all of this off. Like so, so that we can glue that in there and glue that up there. And that's our little pouch. Simple as that. And it's bigger than the one I've got. Is that because I changed my sizes and I didn't write it down properly? So that is a wee bit too long. I obviously decided to take a bit off it. So, oh, do you know, I've had one of those days. So it's 4 inches. So yeah, in the end I did it 4 by 4. Bloomin' heck. It's a long time since I did all these mistakes. So 4 by 4. So I'm just going to cut that one down. So it's 4 by 4, and I'm gonna change that. I had written 4 by 4 there, but I hadn't changed it down there. So it's 4 by 4, scoring the same, 1/4 on one side, 1/4 and 2 1/8 on the other. Bloomin' heck. So that's what we end up with. Correct. So I hope you're with me. Oh, I am so tired. That's why I'm making mistakes. I'll need to just cut that down a little tad. Like so. There we are. So just glue that down. And then a bit of glue on that to glue it up. That's our pouch. Simple little pouch. You can change the size of this to fit other little chocolate bars that you might have. If you haven't got, I think you can get biscuits like this. These are like the biscotti ones. I haven't actually eaten them, but can't remember where I got them from either. Did I buy them in Aldi, Lidl? No, can't remember where I got them. Might have been Home Bargains, and I thought, what a bargain. So that slips in there quite nicely for a little treat. My son loves these. So we are going to I'm just going to use my crocodile, and I'm going to do a little hole in the top. You could use, you haven't got a crocodile, but you've got, I might have actually used this. You've got our punch there. Can't remember what this punch is called. There is a hole there. So you could stick that in and do your little hole with this instead. That gives a little hole. It's quite little, that hole, but the ribbon's not too big, so it don't really matter. But if you've got a crocodile, you can use that, or any other hole punch. So now I'm going to do the decorating. So I need a bit of Whisper White, basic white. Not that, that's my bookmarks. There we go, that's another bookmark. Let's have a new sheet. Let's have a new sheet, Jez. So we are going to, because I wanted a sentiment that was sort of like nice and long, I thought that. And actually, if you're going to give this as swaps or a customer or a friend as a little treat, it's actually quite a nice little sentiment, that. So I'm going to get the Starry Sky. Love this colour blue. So just going to stamp it there. Do you know? It's all peaked on today. That's better. I have already done the wee flowers. I prepared them earlier. So now I'm going to use double oval punch and punch that out. And it fits on there really, really nicely. So that's ready to go on there. And I also put some flowers on. No, I didn't. I'm thinking of the matching card I made. That's the future project. So then we just need the little flowers, which I have previously prepared. And I am hoping that I counted right. And I've got enough in there. So that was me experimenting, putting two together, but I didn't like it. So I've got them all there, already cut out, ready to go on. So we don't need that anymore. So all I did was stick this down to the front, and then I stick the flowers all around. That in there like that. What a gorgeous colour. Absolutely stunning. So what I did, that's the wrong bowl. I feel like them TV chefs, you know, when they have all their ingredients ready in little bowls. So I'm gonna tip them out. I stick them on the in bit of the scalloped edge. I miss one, so I do every other one, and I can't remember, so stick them all round on here. I'm going to count how many I need. I start down there as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So I need 14. So some of these are Orchid Oasis, so I need to make sure I get the right colours. So I'm going to get them sorted so it's not like watching paint dry. Okay, so I've got all them ready, and if you have a look at these flowers, you can see that they've got a little bit of coloured glimmer paper inside in the middle. So because we've got this lovely ombre glimmer paper in the catalogue, and you get 4 sheets of each colour, and as you can see, I just cut a few little holes out. So I'm going to get the Starry Sky, which is that one. It's quite similar to the Orchid Oasis, and I'm going to cut myself some little dots to go in the middle of the flowers. And I'm going to bring this punch back in because this makes a really good centre of the flower. So I just popped it in, pop my glasses on, and I just popped I did it like so. There we go. There's my little dot. And I did this. So I had 14. And then I got nice centres. So I'll finish off cutting them all out. Okay, so I thought I'd zoom in for this bit. So I've got 3 left to do. I've done all the others. So I thought I'd show you how I did them. So I took the end of my piercer. So anything that you can do just to give your flower a little bit of shape. This is one of those, you could use a silicone mat. This is my glue mat. I've put a little dot of glue on there. And you can use a cocktail stick. I've got a really, really small stylus. Not really much use for much, except dob in a little bit of glue. In the middle of flowers, like this. Maybe need a bit more glue, actually, Jez. Not really picking it up. I think that's dried a little bit because that is what I put on to do the others. And then I've left it too long. There we are. Little double glue in there. Little double glue in there. That one needs a little double glue, like so. There we are. And then I pick up my little dots and stick them in place. Sometimes need the end of my piercer to move it so it is where I want it. And I'm getting quite gluey on my fingernail there. If you haven't got fingernails, you won't have that problem. Oh dear, there we go. That one. Woo! I do have issues with my hands, so this, and then I go back in with the end and push down again, and then that will recurl, but it also helps with the sticking of that centre to the flower. So there is all my flower centres done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Where's the other one? I did 14. Oh, what am I like? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13. Oh well, so somewhere along the line, I've lost one. Of course you've lost one, Jess, because everything's going wrong in this video. Anyway, we're going to carry on. That looks like a little middle. I counted 14. One has obviously just flown off my desk. So what we're going to do, staying zoomed in so you can see there. I am going to do a little dot in where the scallop goes in. I just put a little dot. Just going to do a couple at a time. Miss one, do another. Miss one, do another. And then use my tweezers for this. Pick up my flower and stick it where that little dot of glue is. And I'll carry on doing that all the way around. So just going to wipe the end of my glue because that was a bit sticky. And I'm hoping that by some miracle the missing flower will turn up whilst I do this. Or that I've miscounted, which is always a possibility. There we go. And clearly my little flower's not turned up. so I'm going to have to go and hunt for it. So there we are. I never found it. I had to make another one. So there it is with all the flowers all the way around it. So all we got to do now is pop our biscuit in, get our length of ribbon, I can use the other one to show me how much I need, about that much, which this is the centimetre side. We've got there 26 centimetres. What's that, roughly about 10 inches? Don't know. Probably. Yeah, about 10 and a half inches there. That wasn't a bad guess, was it? And I'm going to poke it through the holes that I made. It's quite thin ribbon. I might use my little stylus thing, not the gluey edges, the other end. Poke it through, pull it, poke it through the other side. Of course, you don't have to bow this. You could do it like you do at the top of a tag as well. I just did it with a bow. Oh, it is quite thready, this. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use my little tweezers to pull it. Because nothing's going to be easy today. Just decided today it's going to be a bit of a write-off. Better be careful what I do. Not a day for putting the lottery on, that's for sure. There we are, come on. There we go. So, there we go. And I'm going to tie it on the front, going up and down, because I want the bow to go side to side. You see why I didn't bother putting the bow back on the other one, because the camera's rolling, and when the camera rolls, things don't go to plan. There we go, nice little bow there. And I'm just going to pull these out a bit. You can do that with this ribbon. You can pull them out a little bit and make your bow a little bit bigger, a little bit more interest. Purely optional. I quite like it. I had some ribbon years ago that was like this, but it was wider, so you used to get massive big bows with it when you pulled it out. There we go, and then I'm just going to trim the ends. I'm not going to use my snips because they're not quite right now. There we go, like so. Bit thready there, and you can pull the ends out as well to make these tails a bit bigger and a bit more interest. And that is my little treat. So we've got Starry Sky and we've got Tahitian Tide. I'm just going to tie that off camera so you can see. So there we are, all done in the two blues, Tahitian Tide and Starry Sky. I think they're cute. and I hope you like that. I'll link down below to my shop and all the products that I've used in the making of it. If you do shop with me, please use my host code, which you'll find at the bottom of the blog post, which will be linked down below. And yeah, give it a try, and I will be back again with another video very soon. Thank you for joining me. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and yeah, go and check out what everybody else has made on the blog hop.